The event horizon is beautiful the way a corpse is beautiful when the undertaker has done his work. She hangs in high lunar orbit above Selene Station, like a cathedral carved from night itself. 3 kilometers of midnight black alloy, delta wings folded back like a resting raptor, running lights extinguished, every viewport dark, no heat bloom, no neutrino whisper from her fusion heart. Only the faint glint of Earthlight sliding across her hull as the moon turns. To the naked eye, she looks asleep. To the instruments, she is a hole in the sky. Commander Aisha Rahman has not slept in 41 hours. She stands at the observation blister of Selene Traffic Control, palms pressed to the chilled glass, staring up at the silent ship. Her reflection stares back. 44 years old, British Indian features sharpened by 3 straight days of caffeine and grief. Black hair pulled into a knot so severe it aches. The uniform of the retrieval service still fits perfectly. The medals on her chest feel like stones. Event Horizon left Sol system in 2028-1 on a 20-year loop to Epsilon Eridani and back. She carried 411 souls, crew, colonists, children in cryo. Her last transmission was a routine handshake on the 12th of March, 2019. Then nothing. Not a whisper for 132 years. Until 3 nights ago, when the old deep space array on far side caught a single carrier wave. No modulation, no data. Just the ship's unique identification pulse, repeating every 4.83 seconds, exactly as it had the day she launched. She came home, but no one was flying her. Aisha's orders are clear. Board, assess, quarantine if necessary, recover the black box cores. The politicians want a hero's funeral for 400 missing pioneers. The corporations want the quantum fold drive schematics that were still classified when Event Horizon left. Aisha wants to know why her mother's name is on the manifest. Dr. Layla Rahman, xenobotanist, cabin 4B, cryobirth 187. She kissed 8-year-old Aisha goodbye on the gantry at Tycho Dock and promised to send back pictures of alien trees. Aisha has spent her entire adult life chasing that promise across the dark. Now the promise has come back without its keeper. The shuttle ride across the 40,000 kilometers of vacuum between Selene and the dead ship takes 4 hours. Aisha spends them alone in the cockpit of Retrieval 9, watching the event horizon swell from a sliver to a monolith. Every kilometer closer, the silence grows heavier. No docking beacons, no collision strobes, not even the polite ping of an automated docking computer. Just the carrier wave, steady as a heartbeat. She docks manually at the forward personnel spine. The magnetic clamps bite with a hollow clang that echoes through both hulls. Airlock cycles. Lights inside the spine are on. Soft amber emergency strips. The color reserved for long-term unmanned drift. Temperature is 4 degrees Celsius. Gravity plates are at 0.3 G, just enough to keep loose objects from floating. Aisha steps aboard carrying only a sidearm, a recorder, and the small tin box that contains her mother's last physical letter. Paper folded so many times the creases are soft as cloth. The corridors smell of nothing. Not dust, not ozone, not the copper tang of blood. Absolute sterility, as though the ship has been flash frozen in time. Every surface is immaculate. Children's drawings still hang in the primary school corridor, crayon sons and stick figure families smiling under alien skies that never came. Someone has arranged the crayons in perfect spectral order inside their box. She walks for 20 minutes before she finds the first body. It is sitting at a mess hall table, hands folded, staring at an untouched cup of coffee that has not formed a skin in 132 years. The man is in his 30s, East Asian features, lieutenant's pips on a collar that is not wrinkled. His eyes are open, pupils dilated to full black. When Aisha's suit lamp crosses his face, the pupils contract in perfect synchrony with the light change. He is alive, but he does not breathe. Aisha's own breath stops in her throat. The man turns his head toward her with the fluid grace of something underwater. His lips part. No sound emerges, yet Aisha hears words form inside her skull, like frost flowering on glass. You are late, Commander Rahman. We have been keeping the ship warm for you. She raises the sidearm. The man's expression does not alter. He simply waits. Deck by deck she searches, and the pattern repeats. Every crew member is exactly where they were when the ship vanished. Some in bunks, covers pulled to chins, some frozen mid-step in corridors, some in the hydroponics bay, fingers still curled around the stems of plants that have grown wild and lush in the decades of darkness, tomato vines heavy with fruit that glows faint bioluminescent blue, all of them alive in the narrowest medical sense, heartbeats so slow they register only once every 47 seconds. Brain activity flat except for a single, rhythmic spike that perfectly matches the carrier wave. They are the transmitter. Aisha reaches the central atrium, a 5-story cylinder of glass and greenery meant to be the psychological heart of a generation ship. The trees her mother helped design, genetically tailored oaks and baobabs, have grown through the deck plating, roots braided like lovers. Their leaves are silver on the underside, and when the air circulates, they turn in slow waves that catch the emergency lighting like fish scales. At the center of the atrium stands a child, 8 years old, barefoot, wearing the same yellow jumpsuit Aisha remembers from old holocubes. The girl is holding a stuffed orca, threadbare, one eye missing. She smiles when she sees Aisha, and the smile is her mother's smile exactly. "Hello, Captain," the child says out loud this time. Her voice is the clear soprano of every childhood recording. "We had to come home early. The stars outside the fold were hungry." Aisha's knees buckle. She catches herself on a railing grown over with moss that feels warm. "You're not real," she whispers. "I'm as real as memory," the girl answers. "I'm as real as the letter in your pocket. We read it every day while we waited. Mummy said you would come." The child walks forward. Every adult body in the atrium turns its head to watch with that same underwater slowness. "We went into the fold," the girl continues, "and something looked back. Not evil, not good, just vast. It saw how small we were, how loudly we screamed across the dark, and it felt pity, maybe. It offered us a way to stop being afraid." She reaches Aisha and places one small hand over Aisha's heart. It unmade the distance between minds, between past and future, between living and dead. There is no more loneliness in the universe, Captain. Only one long conversation that never ends. Aisha's tears are hot against the cold inside her helmet. "What happened to the crew?" she asks, though she already knows. "They became the ship," the girl says simply. "They became each other. They became the signal that could cross 132 years in a single heartbeat. Bodies are clumsy things, Aisha. We kept them tidy for you." She gestures and the atrium lights brighten to full daylight spectrum. Every face turns toward Aisha now. 411 pairs of eyes, pupils flickering like candle flames in wind. "We can give you your mother," the child says. "Not a recording, not a clone. Her, exactly as she was the morning she left. She's been singing lullabies to the tomatoes so they wouldn't be afraid of the dark." Aisha's hand drifts to the tin box in her thigh pocket. Inside is the letter her mother wrote the night before launch. The ink has faded, but she knows every word. "I will plant a forest under a new sun, little star. When you are grown, come find me among the trees." She looks at the child, at the ship, at the gentle, waiting faces. "What do you want from me?" she asks. The girl's smile widens, and for the first time there is something ancient behind the child's eyes. "We want you to finish the mission," she says. "The fold is still open. The conversation is incomplete. There are other ships out there, colonies that never heard from Earth again. They are so alone, Aisha. You can feel it, can't you? Like a toothache in the species." She holds out the stuffed orca. "Take us to them. Let us tell them the dark is not empty. Let us make them unafraid." Aisha stares at the toy. She remembers clutching the same orca the day the shuttle lights faded into the sky. She remembers promising the stars she would grow up brave. The choice is not survival versus transformation. It is whether fear gets the final word. She holsters the sidearm. Hours later, Selene Station loses contact with Retrieval 9. The Event Horizon's running lights come alive one by one. Soft gold, then warm amber, then the green of living leaves. Her fusion heart ignites with a sigh that registers on seismographs across the lunar surface. Gravity plates climb gently to 1 full G. The quantum fold drive spools with a cord that has no name. Traffic control watches in silence as the great black ship turns her prow toward open space. No transmission is sent, none is needed. On the bridge, Commander Aisha Rahman, no longer wearing a helmet, stands among the silver-leaved trees. Her mother's arms are around her from behind, warm as childhood. 411 voices hum in perfect harmony inside her chest, a lullaby older than language. The stars ahead are not hungry anymore. They are listening. And somewhere, on a colony world that has not heard a human voice in a century, an antenna twitches, catching the first notes of a song that has traveled 132 years to say, "You are not alone. You never were." The Event Horizon folds space like a letter and slips into the dark, carrying home inside her bones. The last thing Selene Station sees is the running light pattern across her flanks rearrange itself into words no one has spoken aloud in generations. We are still transmitting.